Hey there, Wall Street winners. It is Thursday, May the 30th, and we are in for an interesting day today. We've seen some results after market close yesterday from Salesforce, and although they were okay in terms of revenue and earnings and a great positive future forecast, the stock is still off significantly, as we'll take a look at that momentarily. You'll also see that in the futures, the Dow is off 345 points, almost 1%. The NASDAQ isn't as bad, off about 49 or 1/4%, and the S&P 500 is down 0.4%. If we flip over to the Yahoo Finance app, what we'll see here is, as we scroll through health and retail, you've got a little bit of movement on the retail side. We are expecting, or just had, Dollar General numbers must have just come out at 8:30. There you go. It has lifted. So we're seeing in the discount retail space, we're seeing some positive activity, likely meaning that consumers that have disposable income or that are spending and need to spend on needs as opposed to wants are going to discount retailers over the more higher end retailers. We'll see if we can confirm that and what the story says later today. Costco results after market close today come out. And so we'll see what those earnings are in the aftermarket for Costco, where consumers obviously pay an annual fee to shop there and get discounted prices on larger volume items. So Dollar General is up in the morning. It seems to be lifting some of those other retailers up as well. Again, I pointed this out in the last couple of videos. Humana off $9 pre-market. It's not always likely to open at that. So this could be a great opportunity if you can get in at a $9 discount for it to open around where it closed the other day. Now, it could open down, but historically it has not. It just seems to sit either up or down at certain levels prior to market open. You can see JB Hunt is still on the downward slide. I still think this is an attractive stock in the transport area, off almost $4 yesterday, down to 154, but likely to recover into the 160s in the next month or two. So a nice little $6 gain, I think, is possible within the next, say, 45 days. We go down into oil. Oil had a tough day yesterday. Another anomaly here is Con Ed being up almost 250 in the pre-market. That seems a little odd in terms of where it's been moving to. We'll have to see what that opens at. I certainly, if I had some, I would try to sell it at that pre-market price. I wouldn't want to buy it at that. I think we're going to see a recovery today in the oil stocks. Crude was up. It's now down below 79, but it's been bobbing in that range there. I think it'll come back a little bit today. Crude got hit a lot yesterday, but it was a great buying opportunity. I got into some Valero yesterday in the 156 range, which I thought was a steal of a price. It dropped even further, unfortunately, but I believe it will come back. It looks like it's set to come back today, as are some of the other oils there. I would stay away from Marathon as one of those because of the announcement yesterday around the purchase from ConocoPhillips. So I would be leery of that one, but I think some of the other oil stocks will definitely come back. Now, as we get down into tech, you can see Salesforce off $45. I think this is going to be a story similar to that of Palo Alto. So we saw okay earnings coming out of both and a good forecast coming out of both. And the stocks both dropped, but on the same day that Palo Alto, or after earnings, then the following day when Palo Alto came out, the stock came back during the day and continued to make its way back in the next 2 or 3 days, and then is again fallen a little bit, but is starting to come back. So I think we're going to see CRM, Salesforce, start lower, obviously, but I think it will trend back and recover 20 or 24 of those $44. So it could be an interesting time to buy right at the open and then play a bit of a recovery move on Salesforce there. You are seeing some of the other stocks, the tech stocks, down in the pre-market, with the exception of some of the semis. So ARM is up $1.20. AMD $1.71. It reached 172 yesterday, or in the last couple of days. I got out at that point. It could be an attractive buy back in point here at 165, 167. You've got, as we scroll down, a lot of things off in the early morning pre-market hours here. Even Nvidia is off $6. I mean, it's been on a monster move upwards. And Adobe down $7 pre-market for no particular reason. I do like Google at 177. I think it's going to get up to the 180, 185 range in the next 30 to 45 days. But right now, I'm kind of just sitting on the sidelines. I mean, with the exception of a few attractively priced stocks, one of them being SoFi. I really like SoFi in the $6 range. I liked it in the low sevens. I think it's going to get to $8 in the next 3 months. It's not an active day trade kind of position in most cases, but it would be an interesting short-term swing trade in terms of a buy and hold for, say, 30 to up to 90 days to see a nice little percentage gain. And then the others, they're just kind of hovering right now. I think we're waiting on some Fed announcements. We're waiting on some interest rate talk. There's just a lot of stuff going on right now, but not a lot of earnings and news. So it's just a lot of talk, and the narrative is shifting, as I alluded to in a video earlier this week. So I'm just keeping some dry powder, staying on the sidelines, and anticipating some stocks, maybe not the whole market, but certainly some stocks to correct, and then looking to see whether it's a good time to buy into those. So good luck with your trades today. If you're liking these videos, please subscribe to the channel and leave